Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be checking out another one of your guys' solar systems. So today I've got what looks to be a two-part system here, which seems pretty cool. So it's got like a before and after sort of scenario from the user Nick of Bean in Discord. So massive thank you to him for sending this system in. And without further ado, let's check this out. So all he said was, take it Neptunian man, my ultimate star system. Remember to land on planets with atmosphere for a cool view. Okay, so let's see what we have got here. So this is what we're checking out. So it's called the Rejuvenate Star System. So let's go ahead and see what he has prepared for us here. So let it load in. Okay, it looks like it's got quite a big description, so we've got some reading to do as well. Okay, come on game, you know you can do it. Come on, there you go. Right, so orbits are on by the looks of it. Where's our orbits? Trails? Oh, the orbit's not showing up. That's a bit weird. Oh, there you go, trails. So, here we go. This is our system. Ooh, there's a red object out there. I don't know what that's all about. Right, so the star itself, Rejuvenate. A young main sequence star at the prime of its burning fuel grasps to this newly formed system. A not-so-massive star, in fact, less than the sun itself. Great future is a prospect to this parent, or not. Or prosper, sorry, for this parent, or not. Okay, so first of the planets, we have Hellscape down here. So here it is. Very, very hot and spicy by the looks of things. So here it is. From a side, a burning hell. From the other, a frigid Selena. The planet is tightly locked, permanently facing its star. This makes one side of the planet extremely hot, with burning lava and melting dust, and the other a cold, with nothing but rocks around the surface. The burning surface makes it really rich in liquefied metals. Excellent. So there it is. So that is Hellscape. Next up, we have got the subject here. So this is Molten. Molten is a Venus-like planet recovering from a recent collision with a Mars-sized planet that originated two of its moons, Collis and Collid, orbiting unstably around this huge-sized rocky planet. The atmosphere is extremely violent, with ravaging hot winds that obliterate any organic matter it touches. The massive gravity makes it uneasy for any matter to stand above the ground. Lava flows across the surface as it cools down with time. A beautiful view it only has from below the surface, but only the brave may reach it one day. Well, we're gonna be brave, and we're gonna go ahead and see it right now. So let's go ahead and have a little peek down here. So let's go ahead and land through the surface and see what this is all about. So if we look up, turn that off as well. There's our star. Now, I think there were some moons. Let's see if we can spot the moons anywhere. See the clouds. There's a moon. You can see a moon just there, carefully. There's Collid. The other one may not be very visible. Let's have a look. So we put labels on. There's Collid again. Keep looking around. Star. I cannot see the second one. Whereabouts are we? So there's the first one. There's the second one there. So let's try and land here then. Okay, let's have a look again. Look up, there's a star, there's the second one, there's Collis there. Okay, cool. And then lastly, you'll get a view of the star from the north as well. A little look down here. Oh, I really like that darkened area, that's cool. There's the star there. Cool, so you wanted some surface views? There you go, enjoy. So, anyways, moving on. So Collid, the first moon of Molten. A very small sized moon, extremely close to its orbital parent, almost as close as the Rouge limit. To be destroyed and its debris consumed. It has a great landscape and view towards the burning planet, and a very light gravity with its inner core being not so hot. So, the first of the moons is Collid. So where is Collid? So there it is. So it is very close, isn't it? So let's get a view of our parent planet from Collid. So here it is. Looking round, there's the star, and then at our parent planet. Oh, that's a pretty awesome view. Look at that. So excellent stuff. I do like the way that planet looks. That is a really, really cool Venus-like object. I really, really do like the way that looks. I'm actually going to save that. I really, really like that. That's a great looking planet, that is. Okay, so next up we got Collis. So that's the second moon, the larger of the moons. So again, oh, it's got like a custom beaten up texture as well. Nice. Let's land down here. There's our burning planet. Can we play this as well? Oh, we can. Yeah. There's our other moon as well. So, this moon here So, Collis, the second moon of Molten, a Mercury-like moon with its brownish-like texture from space and burning rock around the landscape. Standing still on this planet is not an easy task due to its lack of gravity, and the close to rejuvenate makes it hard for any types of reposing rocks to remain on the ground. Instead, float into orbit or even outer space. Since gravity is not sufficient to hold them on the ground, the surface composition is not of as rich in materials, being mostly iron and silica on the outer layers. There's an eclipse. Hey, that's cool. Not many stars in the background, if you notice as well. Look, it's just our parent star, no other background. Now that is a cool, menacing sight. If you look here, the surface looks like it's almost moving. That's pretty cool. That's really weird, actually. That is a cool view of our parent planet there. What do you think of that? Really, really like that. I got the shadow of the other moon going around as well. That's awesome stuff. Try and get a screenshot of the perfect moment as well. That's why I watch it go by. Give us the eclipse. There's the shadow. Oh, we didn't see it. Ah, damn. But yeah, either way, that's a cool view. I do like that. That is really, really cool. Watch it go around again. Excellent stuff. There was a shadow there. That's really cool. I really like that. So there we go. There is that planet and its 2 moons. So moving on. Next up, we've got a planet called Doomed. So here we go. It's got a very nice atmosphere going on here as well. It's got a moon as well. You can see the surface underneath as well. Very, very cool. Nice. Looks like a pretty interesting world here. So here it is. There's the North Pole. So if we look around, parent star, there he is. Cool. What's that in there? You can see some... Oh, there's hellscape. Hey, look at that. You can see its trail losing material as well. Hey, that's really cool. So you can see all the material that's been slung out, all the fragments there. That's really, really cool. So, anyways, Doomed. This paradise Earth-like planet at the highest of its peak of chance of having life. Although it may be too early or too late to develop life on this doomed planet, the atmosphere is suitable for life to develop. The seas flow across the land, and the temperature is reasonable for every chance of life developing in the inner of the oceans. Although this proposed future, something else prevails above life, death. Doomed rotates in an inverted period compared to the other planets, which causes orbital decay on its only moon, erudite. On the near future, the moon will be too close to the planet, causing all the radioactive material present on the moon to fall with the brute force of the doomed planet. Oh, brutal. Okay, so the moon, the only moon of Doomed, an extremely radioactive corpse flowing around the paradise planet, only to obliterate the chance of having complex life the planet would ever have. The gravitational forces of the inverted rotational pole cause its parent cause the moon to fall back on its velocity and low its orbital period. On its surface are present amounts of uranium and other radioactive matters, and that is a cool sunset. Check that out. There we are. So the moon. It's a nice, great looking Earth-like world, and you've got this radioactive moon that's going to spoil it. So there's the planet underneath. It has a red atmosphere, which is a pretty cool effect. Then the clouds. Nice. So a very nice world, and then this is the radioactive moon here, and it looks very, very nasty. Look at that glowing stuff everywhere. Ooh, very cool. Okay, next up we have got this object here. Okay, latte life. Okay, so here's another nice world. Look at all the water in the middle. That's pretty cool. A half-frozen planet with cold temperature. Only the centre of the planets contain water. The planet is currently on its iceable state. Maybe in the distant future it will melt and become a habitable world. The planet is heavily affected by the gravitational forces of its closest moon. So that's Drizzle. So that's there. So here is Drizzle. Okay, so it is quite close to its parent as well. It's pretty close. So anyways, Drizzle, the only moon of it. This moon has a great amount of water on its surface. The tide lock with its orbital parent and the closest causes the most part of the water to be facing the planet that it is orbiting. That's a really cool design, actually. Look at that, yeah. So all the water faces the parent. Oh, that's so cool. That's a unique idea. I've not seen that before either. That is really, really cool. So, that is orbiting. It seems water has recently evaporated from the craters of ice it had in the very close past. A breathtaking view of the planet can be seen from the surface. So, well, obviously we need to land on the part of the surface which is facing the parent planet, which is the area where the water is. So we'll go ahead and land here, in this gap between these two lakes, roughly. So here it is. Very cool. There's the big lake there. Parent planet. Let's keep an eye out. So we should see it in the sky permanently. Whereabouts are we? Hello? Oh. Where's our planet gone? Oh, and it's dark. Where's our planet? Oi. Parent planet. Where are you? Okay, he's in front of us. Okay, so let's land here. Okay, now if we look around and look up, we should see it. There it is. Okay, there he is. Cool, so keep an eye on it there. That's our planet there. So wait for it to come around. Get a cool view of that. Check that out. Yeah. That's really, really cool. Hey. That's awesome stuff. So let's keep it rolling. Going into the darkness again. Hey. That's seriously cool, that is. Check that out. So when we face the parent planet, it's actually nighttime as well, so the planet will shine really bright. And then in the daytime, the planet is in front of in between the star and the moon, so the planet disappears in the daytime. That's really cool. I really like that. Nice. So there are those two. Very, very nice combination there. So, next up we've got Marcos, which is this one. It's got a ring system as well. Very nice. Okay. Very, very cool. So, Marcos, a Mars-like planet. This purple-ish planet with frigid dunes of nothing but snow, but the composition of this snow is different and anomalous, causing it to look purple and giving it this beautiful and unique view from outer space. The planet is recovering from huge volcano activity. Okay. From its unstable past. Marcos has huge rings made of mostly iron, with the probable origin of medium-sized moon teared apart by Rouge limit of the planet. A nice view it has of the rings from the surface together with the purple atmosphere. Very cool. Okay, so let's just watch the sunrise as well. Should be happening very shortly. Come on. Try and get it perfect. We are still right there. Oh yeah. Hey. Check it out. The purple sky. You can still see that first planet losing material at Hellscape. You can still see all that material being thrown out. That's really cool. So there you go, there is a sunrise. Excellent stuff. So let it continue. Nice. And let's actually try and view the rings as well from the surface. So let's have a little look around. Can we see the rings? Honestly, I cannot see them very well. Yeah, I can't seem to spot the rings. Oh, there you go. There they are. Okay. Quite faint, but they are there. There you are. Check that out. So they are there. Just a little hard to spot, but there you go. Check those out. That's really cool. So the rings into darkness. You'll see them easier at night time. Very nice indeed. Okay, cool. It's a pretty awesome world, that is. Okay, so next up we got Unremarkable. Just another created dwarf planet. So it's in the name, really. There it is. There it is. So, a beaten up world. Got a few patches of water on it, which is pretty cool. But there it is. Okay, so next up we have got the first of the gas giants. We've got a world called June. So, probably based off at Jupiter. So, it's going to be something pretty big. So, where is it? June. There it is. Got a lot of moons as well. Whoa. Okay, here is June. Got some eclipses going on here as well at the moment. So, pretty cool. Nice. So, a massive gas giant with lots of major and unique moons. Its gravity is so intense that it causes an external barycenter with its orbital parent. Extreme storms happen below the dense clouds. And that's probably why we can't see the orbits properly, is because of the barycenter. Cool. So, let's go to the moons. So, the first moon is Paradise, which is this one here. The first moon of June, the one body with vegetation and evolution of complex life on the inner oceans and on the future on the lands. This planet has immense clouds due to the intervention of the gravity on June and Paradise. Sadly, for one portion of the planet's population, only half of it get to see the beauty of June in the sky. So, we need to find that ourselves. So let's land here. Have a little look up, and there is your parent planet in the sky. So it's night time now. You'll see the parent planet a lot easier. Hopefully, there you go. Yeah, check that out. You can see the other moons nearby as well. Well, that's not the moon. That's Rogue. So we'll get into that later. So you see that in the night sky. Now, what is that all about? It's there. What is that? It looks like a brown dwarf, or a dim red dwarf, or something. So there it is. So there's June. Very cool. Okay. So next up we have got Munio, which is this one. The second moon. The surface is rich of corroded materials such as iron or gold, iron, palladium, and many other rich metals distinguished due to time. Cool. Next up we got Green Hell. The third moon of June, an extremely toxic planet with deadly gases roaming across the atmosphere as it disintegrates and rusts the surface below. The air, a very hot temperature, having so rains of acid. The greenhouse gases of this planet allow it to have liquid water. Not so sure if this water is suitable for life, though. Ooh, so not where you want to be. There's a green sky as well. There's the star. There's our planet. Parent planet, where are you? Can't even see him. Oi, where he is? There he is, so we need to land here. Come on, well, there he is. Wait, no, there you go. So you can see Paradise there, the moon we were on earlier as well. Let's get a cool view of both of them. So next up, we're going to be travelling to Band Ice, the fourth moon of June. This planet has a unique band of ice on its centre caused by the fast rotation of the planet when it has liquid water, but also it seems to have vanished with the atmosphere too. Cool. So there is a view at night of June. Or maybe not. There you go. Cool. Okay. So there it is there. That's the fourth moon we just read. So frozen there, check that out. It had an atmosphere at one point as well. Okay. So next up we got Mount Saint, the fifth moon, which is this one. The fifth moon of June, an enormous moon, has the tallest mountains of the whole system. Looks pretty cool. Its gravity is not enough to compress all the matter below the surface, causing it to expand into inner space. The moon might get bigger in the far future. Excellent. Cool. Right, next up we have got Ashes, which is this one. The sixth moon, a moon that has the moon that passed a burning past with now nothing but snow, ashes, land on the surface, covering it with a dusty carbon dioxide and violent and toxic thick atmosphere. Cool. Then we have Isa, the seventh moon, just another icy moon, a failed and lifeless world. And lastly we got Big Rock. That's the name I used in my old videos. There it is. The 8th and minor moon of June. Just a big rock. Hey, so that's cool. Nice. Right, so moving on from the June system. So now we've got to Chocotone. A ringed gas giant. So this is our Saturn equivalent. Here it is. Okay. Very nice. A ringed gas giant, but the coloration of chocolate. But it's not instead, it's just half ammonia gas giant together with other neutral gases. Its rings are relatively unstable due to the proximity of Iron Course, its first moon, which is there. So, Iron Course. First moon, a rusty moon made of nothing but rusted metals and a huge magnetic field for its size and seismic activity. Next up we've got Ammonium, which is there. A moon with the presence of huge ammonia gases, but not only in the gasalized form. There are present oceans of carbon and ammonia. The entire land is covered with rocks of solid carbon, uranium, ammonia, making it a violent world, but also with a possibility of life. Very cool. So let's land on the nighttime side and have a little look up, and we'll see our parent planet. Yeah, check that out. So there he is. Cool. Next moon is Arco, the third moon, a frozen planet due to the lack of greenhouse gases and also a very thin atmosphere, although its hot core makes it possible for the moon to have internal oceans below the surface. Then we have Strikes, the fourth moon, a rocky moon with only strikes of frozen water caused by collisions with minor icy comets. Then we've got the fifth moon, that's Titan. The fifth moon, a very interesting world to be seen of. The oceans are made of methane and liquid nitrogen and hydrogen, with maybe one day the possibility of life surging. The view of its orbital parent in the atmosphere is gorgeous. Okay, so we need to head to those guys next. Okay. So there's ammonia, so we've done that. Then we read Arco as well. Cool. So that's the third moon. Then we have Strikes, that's the fourth moon here. So that's the little snow areas. And the fifth moon, which is this one, over here. So it's a very, very green, there's your Titan-like world, I guess. So, pretty cool. Again, let's land on the... Let's land at the top, actually. Why not? There you are. Oh, the green haze. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So if we look around, get the view of our parent. Oh, it's just out of sight. Ah! Right, okay. Let's land right in the middle. It's kind of hard to work out where we are without any stars in the background. Right, where are we? It's a giant planet. There it is. Hey. Cool. So a little move. That's cool. Check that out. Trying to keep the camera level. There it is in the daytime. You see the rings through the clouds very easily. Very cool. Yeah. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. And then lastly, we have Gold Rock. An enormous piece of gold. Seems to originate from another place. And it literally is gold. Nice. And that is the entire description. So, I guess we are left to read the rest alone. Nice. So, moving on. So what is that? So we got that. Okay, so we've done those. So we got Goldilocks over here. We've got another gas giant tilted on its side a bit. So Goldilocks, as we can see. Looking good. That's cool. It's kind of a shame the description ended. I guess he just put too much text in here. Is there anything on the Steam page? Oh, here we go. No, I found it. Oh, there's more. There's more. Okay, so Goldilocks, a gas giant that rains gold. Pieces on the ground gold. The gases in the atmosphere also seem to be gold in the form of gas. Only if there was a way to enter this gasified world without being crushed by the gravity. So there's a world called Gold Ring here. Very, very close to its parent planet. Check that out. So, this moon. Yeah, so this extra description was on the Steam page. There's like a little link you could press and it took you to another page. So, this moon, the first and minor moon, the moon orbits too close to its orbital parent. Part of the subsoil has been plucked by the gravity of Goldilocks. Maybe it forms a thin ring of gold in the future. Next up, we've got Rich View. The second moon of Goldilocks. Everything is golden. The surface, the atmosphere, and even better has a great view of the gas giant. Okay, we're checking that out. So there it is there. Gold and Golder. So let's have a look. Oh, very, very cold. It's quite dark out here because we're quite far from our parent star now over there. See, so there it is. And the planet there. So there it is. But it is dark. I mean, how far out is this? Because it's very dim. It must be about Neptune distance. No, only 13.8. Okay, so we're roughly more of a Uranus distance at the moment then. Okay, cool. So there those guys are. Alright, so moving on. The third moon is Martinium. The moon doesn't seem from here. It doesn't seem to be from here. It resembles Mars, but partial if its surface is gone. What could have happened? Let's have a look. Where are we? So that's the third moon is here. So what has happened to this? Let's have a closer look underneath. It's got a water area in the top. The rest of the planet looks, or the rest of the moon looks fairly. It's got a big white patch there and a load of water. Interesting. Okay. Midas, the fourth moon from Goldilocks. The perfect world. Everything here is gold. Even the water is gold. Its surface is all gold, and if only humanity could have found this moon, it would have gone for centuries already. It would be gone. Okay, so. Here it is there. Midas. Oh, it's very gold as well. I do like the way that looks. The gold world. Gold oceans, gold atmosphere, gold everything. Underneath, that's what it looks like there. Very cool. The water isn't visible, unfortunately. But there it is. Excellent. Okay. So now we're moving on to Gluto, a dwarf planet. So we're jumping out. So is that the last of the planets then? It looks like it is. So we've got Gluto over here. Pluto, Gluto. Here it is. It's got a moon as well. Okay, cool. So the moon as well. So Gluto, a dwarf planet. This small planet has a very thin atmosphere made of nothing but nitrogen and methane surrounding it. It has a Grand Canyon and is in fact enormous. The dwarf planet has small portions of ice on its surface, basically binding with its moon. Charted, the only moon of Gluto, a massive piece of rock somehow orbiting Gluto, which is in a binary to it. And then lastly, we have a grand comet. So, interesting. Okay, let's take a jump out of there. Is that? There's a well called greenish. There's the grand comet. So you can see it goes in there now. And then we have greenish. So what is this over here? There was no description for this. But again, it's another distant dwarf planet by the looks of things. So yeah, no reading for that one. And then lastly, it's just labelled rogue. Nothing is perfect. What is that all about? So rogue. That's pretty far away. What is it? It's a brown dwarf. Right, okay. 77 masses of Jupiter. Looks like this is going to be causing some trouble in the future. So that's probably what the second part of this system is all about. So, without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So, pretty far away at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty mad. I've got a lineup of everybody so far as well. So you can see this is a pretty big brown dwarf. It's almost as big as the star itself. So the star itself... 8 radius of Jupiter, 0.84 suns. I mean, that's going to be around, I don't know, 800 Jupiters. Yeah, 880 Jupiters. And this guy is 77 Jupiters. But it's going to have a substantial effect on these planets. And look how good the planets look all lined up in the daylight. Look at that, they look great. So we have a very, very nice system. Right, so moving on. We've just checked out the Rejuvenate star system, but then now we have the Rejuvenate star system present edition. So what is this going? What is going on here? So, right, what has happened here? So there's the system. I don't see the brown dwarf anywhere. So this is after the rogue object has entered the star system, changing drastically the faith of this world. Rejuvenate. So a middle-aged main sequence of all its orbiting bodies in constant change and occurring transformations, either good or bad, favour or not, life to flourish. Who decides it's not for you or me, it's someone else. The temperature and luminosity of the star have increased to weaken the planet's environments. So, there it is. It looks like the brown dwarf must have flown through and bounced out. So it's been lost. The stars, look, there's stars in the background now. Check it out. We're in a Milky Way now. Cool. So the first hellscape here. So, it was already hot, even hotter. From a side, a burning hell, from the other, a frigid. More billions of years of a constant motion so close to the planet have made its surface abrasically melt all up, decreasing its radius. So, not good. Hellscape has just been purely destroyed. So now we have Collis. So look, it's broken away from Molten. Molten, it used to orbit Molten, didn't it? So, Collis, the second moon of Molten, I mean, the second planet. The gravitational forces of the rogue object have made the moon fling out of Molten's sphere of influence. This is now a planet around the star. It's broken away from its parent. So there it is. So it's lost. Cool. So going back to Molten itself. Molten is a Venus-like planet, has suffered a great change due to the approximation and interference of the rogue object. It has tweaked its velocity relative to its parent star. It has made its first moon collide brutally on the surface. So one moon broke away, the other moon has smashed into it. Oh dear, this planet has just been destroyed. So if we have a look underneath, oh, that's a big crater. So the moon has just gone straight into it and just destroyed. Like, yeah, that's not good. That is a world of ruin. I say it doesn't visually. It doesn't look as cool as it did before. I have to say. I think the previous iteration looked good, but I mean, what looked good was just slammed into. So a lot of material was slung everywhere. So I mean, of course, it's going to look different. But yeah, pretty cool. I really like that. That's a really cool thing that's happened there. So poor old Molten has just been bang. Next up, we got Doomed. So the world that was doomed. What has happened? Oh god, it looks completely different to what it did earlier. You can see the rings are there as well. So that's pretty crazy stuff. Okay. A brutal, dread, and extremely radioactive planet orbiting its star, as of such has been predicted, has happened on its past moon. Erudite has been torn apart by Doom's gravitational force, and a part of it has crashed onto the surface, turning a vast paradise into a toxic, hellish environment. On this planet, the weather is intensely dangerous, with huge amounts of uranium condensed onto the clouds, ground, and even the water. Huge nuclear storms strike the surface, although the planet has formed a nice ring. So that world has been effectively infected by the moon at collide. Look at that. Ooh. This world looked really nice before, and now it's just had a huge collision smash into it, and the rings look really cool though. The world was completely ruined, but even without that brand of war flying by, this world still would have ended up like this. So there it is there. The Grand Comet's orbit's changed by the looks of things as well. Okay. So next up we got this one. What happened to latter life? Anything happened here? A now unfrozen planet, its glacial period has ended, making it warm enough liquid water to maintain its form. Its tides are heavily affected by its massive moon Drizzle that is very visible from Latte's surface. Due to its vibrant sun and atmosphere and water, it has the planet with the most probability of developing life. So this world has actually had some better, but if its orbit's constantly changing, that could be a bit of trouble. Okay, so it still has its moon there as well, which is also melted down. Nice. So Drizzle, the only moon. The moon has suffered a massive asteroid bombardment and caused to heat up the atmosphere. There are also several volcanic activities heat up the moon, causing its liquid water to remain still for all those years. It has a great view from its surface, a view of its parent planet. So, let's land here. Hey, it does look really nice here. Yeah, check it out. Parent planet. There it is. Does look good. It does look very cool. Why is chart mode on? That's weird. It can't be on because we're in this at the moment. But there it is. Nighttime descending as well. Looking great. Hey, that's really cool. With the background as well. Yeah. Fantastic stuff. Okay. Cool. So moving on. We got Marcos. Oh, Marcos. An ocean world of its purplish colour. So that was the purple one. Over here. Oh, this world's changed, hasn't it? Okay. So this one. An ocean world with its purple life coloured. The time has passed and the frigid cold world has become a toxic paradise ambient with very specific unicellular life roaming its toxic seas. And not only, but now protected by its captured moon Gatekeeper. Ah. So that's a moon. Cool. Gatekeeper, the only moon Marcos, previously known as Unremarkable, that was very unremarkable on a renowned planet. Due to its orbit being very close to Marcos, it has eventually captured and destroyed Marcos' rings. With the ring crashed into the moon, and Gatekeeper does it a slingshot any asteroid that comes close to its parent planet. Cool. Okay, next up we are going to June again. Okay, so same description as that before. I think they're the same descriptions roughly. I mean, if we look at Paradise, I mean there it is. So it has melted a bit, but yeah, there you go. Okay. City lights going on there as well. They weren't there before. So we'll just go through these quickly. I think these are roughly the same descriptions. So I'm just briefly reading them, but yeah, they look roughly the same as they did before. So I don't want to repeat the same stuff. So there's greenhouse. Yeah, it's looking roughly the similar again. If you want to read it, it's on the side there as well. Very nice. Then we got the band ice over here. Cool. So that's still looking the same. Yeah, he said I could do it in a separate video, but I thought it's easier just to do a two-parter system together because it just makes more sense. So, because a week's time I would have forgot, some of the names, and then it's much easier to do it all as one big video actually. So there's that one there. That one's changed a bit. Cool. That's ice down there. The seventh planet. The previous failed and boring moon made of ice has now enriched itself with melting ice and therefore grand qualities of liquid water. So that one has changed. Cool. And lastly, we got Big Rock over here. That's still to chilling. Right, anything around the Saturn equivalent now. So that's over here. So it says it's not so ringed. It's lost its rings. Yeah, it's lost a lot of rings, actually. Its rings were shot out of its sphere of influence and iron course is full, which is there. So there it is. The first moon. So that's messed it all up. Okay. So we'll go through the moons quickly as well, but I think they're all roughly the same. Ammonium, does that one look different? The second moon, that one was the same. Arco. There it is again. Strikes. That's again the same. Then we have the Titan green world. That's looking pretty cool. The fifth moon. Methane and liquid nitrogen. Cellular life has been detected on the clouds. Okay, so this one has had a slight change. It looks roughly the same though, but there it is. Okay. Cool. So there's the gold rock again, so that's still chilling there as well. Cool. Right, so moving on to the Goldilocks planet now. The gas giant that rains gold. Part of its yellowish bands have vanished and turned white. It has also destroyed its closest moon, Gold Ring, and the debris continued orbiting the gas giant, making a golden ring. Nice. Cool. So nothing else has changed with the moons. So there we go. And then lastly, we've got Gluto, dwarf planet. Yeah, nothing else has happened there. Okay, so that seems to have done it. And we have Forgotten. And there's no mention of this on the description. That was that green planet, or green dwarf planet we saw. It had no description before. So this one has been really forgotten. And then no sign of the brown dwarf that caused a lot of the trouble. So, interesting. But there we go. So that does it for this two-part system, guys. So what did you think of that? Pretty awesome stuff, if you ask me. So again, a massive thank you to the creator of this system, Nick Bean, for sending this in. I really enjoyed those two parts. I always like a before and after system. They're really, really cool. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to press that like button. Subscribe for more. Helps on the journey to 30,000 subscribers as well, guys. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. So with that all said and done, make sure you guys all stay safe out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.